Be careful of mankind, Diana.
What is this place? Who are you people?
We are the bridge to a greater understanding.
Right.
What is your mission?
Well, here's the thing. You are in more danger than you think. Millions would die.
Will come when you have to rise.
If you choose to leave, you may never return. Who will I be if I stay?
How can a woman fight in this?
Who is this young woman?
Diana, Princess of the
Prince, Diana Prince.
What's up, guys? If you're watching this video, I hope you guys watched Wonder Woman, and if you didn't, then here's me telling you why you should be watching Wonder Woman in theaters now. So Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins, starring Gal Gadot as the main star, is a film about war, about the exploration of war and what war means to this character, Diana Prince, Princess of Themyscira, Diana. So Diana, played by Gal Gadot, starts off in her journey, her hero's journey in this film, if you will, and it almost follows in the footsteps of his predecessor film, Man of Steel, where Henry Cavill, in that film, we see Henry Cavill go through different stages, and it's not Henry Cavill, of course. There's three different stages: the kid stage, the teenager stage, and then obviously the modern stage where we see the hero today or in the film, and in Wonder Woman, the film, they do the same thing. They start off with a kid. You see the kid in Themyscira, and you see her grow up and become this warrior, this princess warrior of the Amazons, this Amazonian warrior. And the film overall, I thought was very fun. I had such a good time watching it. The first time that I watched it, I went in with such high expectations, such high hopes, because everybody was raving about this movie. Had like, what, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, something like that. But it was a crazy amount of hype, crazy amount of people that were excited about it. I know for me personally, I was excited about it when they released the first Comic-Con trailer. So I went in there with a lot of high hopes, and man, it delivered. It really did. Now, the first time that I watched it, I sort of was a little bit more apprehensive because I had read prior to that George Perez's historic run on Wonder Woman, which is like one of the definitive Wonder Woman runs. And in that run, it explores a lot more different stuff. But anyways, the point is, I had a different mentality, and so I wanted to watch it again before doing a review. And so I watched it again, and wow, every negative that I thought I had going into it the first time that I watched it just almost seemed like nothing the second time around. So let's go ahead and get into it. The biggest glaring thing that I felt about the film that was lacking, I guess, if you want to say that, is the ending. Not the ending, but like the third act. In the beginning of the third act, and the way that they dealt with it. When I first saw it, it was almost like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that, but really, I didn't know if I really wanted to go with it. And then the second time that I watched it, it became a little bit less of a problem, but it was still something that I felt was an issue, not because of the characters, but mainly because I just felt like it could have been handled a little bit better. I felt like it became a little bit too, it became over the top, but it wasn't too over the top, if that makes sense. It's a negative I have to address, because the film overall is really fantastic and you guys should be watching it. But I mean, it just was something that I found, and something that went away the second time that I watched it. I'm sure if I will keep watching it, I'm just gonna be like, forget about it. But it's something that did sort of wasn't at the standard as the rest of the film was. So the film starts off really slow. It's not that slow, but it's more of exploration. It's more of exploration, character development, and we get to see Diana grow up. Like I said before, we get to see her as a kid grow into an Amazon warrior, but we also get to see her troubles and with her family and how she came to be and what that means for her as a character. And I thought that was great. I think there was early on in the film some diet, because a lot of people were apprehensive about the casting of Gal Gadot. They didn't know how she was going to portray this character, how her acting abilities were going to come to this film. me personally, I was having high expectations. Or high hopes, if you will, that she would pull it off because she looks exactly like Diana Prince from the comic books. So I was just hoping that she would do something great and give us something magnificent. And I felt, honestly, that's what she did. Opposed to just the couple lines early on where Gal Gadot, I just felt like we're what's the word I'm looking for? It just they came off they're very enunciated, like clearly enunciated. Like her enunciation throughout the rest of the film was fantastic. I understood everything she was saying. Her accent was not a problem, but it was there's a certain line where it felt like you could see her like verbalizing it a little too much, and it sort of took me away. I was like, oh, okay, she's doing that. But other than that, man, I think her acting in this film was just fantastic. I think she emoted very well. She showed different sides of the character that we obviously have never seen, because we've never seen this character on screen in the big screen. So that was great. And just the direction that Patty Jenkins had for this film was phenomenal. It was very linear. It had its goal. It had its main reason for the film taking place. And it went through that, and it didn't miss a beat. It just kept going, and it kept chugging away, and it was never boring. It never held too much weight. Nothing in the film felt forced. Nothing felt like it was there for just filler, or just nothing felt, and opposed to that, nothing felt like it was cut off. Nothing felt like it was edited out, choppy editing, and nothing felt like, nothing was just, it just all flowed together. If that's what I'm trying to say, is that it all flowed together. It all felt right. And the direction of Patty Jenkins was great, because you finally get to see, for lack of a better way of saying it, DC Comics produce a film that I feel like everybody's going to globally come together and say, okay, this was a good one. This was a good one. Because Wonder Woman, aside from it having to hold that weight that the DC cinematic universe has put on it with the divisiveness of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and obviously Suicide Squad not being a big hit, with the critics, it just held that weight, which I think is honestly a little unfair for the film, but because it delivers, who cares? It delivers such a great film, such a heartwarming film. At the end of it, you just want to see it again, because the experience that you have in that film is just great. It's just magnificent, and the characters are great. And one character in particular, of course, is Steve Trevor, Chris Pine playing that character. The dynamic that he has with Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman is just, it's palpable. You can see it oozing off of the screen. Their chemistry is just so natural. And that's another thing about the film that I really loved, is that how everything felt natural. Again, like going back to that whole flow, it felt like it flowed together. It felt like the conversations that they were having in that boat scene that you see in the trailer. It was all just, it was funny too. It was a funny, it had funny moments, but they weren't forced. They didn't feel like, the funny moments didn't feel like they were just putting them out there like in other previous films. It felt like it was just natural. It was just conversation. It was just, if it was funny, then it was funny, but it wasn't forced, So that's another great thing about the film. And honestly, I can't really think of that many negatives, opposed to that line delivery that I felt was a little off, and that third act that I felt could have just been bumped up, or could have just been edited or fixed a little bit, or just, just polished a little bit more. Other than that, I think I just really love this movie. I think that everybody should watch this movie, whether it's opening weekend, which if you're watching this, it's probably already too late, or just the following weekend. Just keep watching this, keep watching the movie, because it's a fantastic movie. It's a female superhero movie. We don't get a lot of those. The last time we got one was probably Elektra, and that was a while ago. And before that, we had Catwoman, which was a disaster. So we need more of these. And I mean, I guess the Underworld saga and Resident Evil but those are horrible. I mean, those aren't even superhero movies either. So it's like Wonder Woman really it's just like amazing to see like a female character like that. A character that I as a superhero fan, I've always wanted to see. I've always like, why isn't Wonder Woman getting a movie? She was on par with me for Batman and Superman. Why isn't she she's part of the Holy Trinity. Why isn't she getting a movie? So now she finally does, and man, do they deliver. And there's already talks about Patty Jenkins returning, and Gal Gadot obviously reprising her role for a second film, which I can't wait for it. And I thought this film was just a knockout. It was out of the park knockout. I just thought it was great. And so with all that being said, I'd probably give this movie honestly a 97 out of 100. I couldn't give it 100 just because I don't think necessarily that third act is up to par with the rest of the film. That being said, it's still a phenomenal film, and I think you guys should watch it. Of course, it's one of the greatest superhero films of this year, arguably the best. So it's a movie that you definitely want to watch. It's a movie that you definitely want to catch in theaters, and if not, we'll be sure to cop that as soon as it drops on Blu-ray or digital HD or whatever. But yeah, Wonder Woman. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. So there you guys have it, my review for Wonder Woman. I might do a spoilers review for this. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. There's just so much to talk about. Like, I didn't even get to go in depth with a lot of the stuff of the film because I don't want to ruin it and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So I might do spoilers. Watch out for that, maybe. But yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to like it. You guys know the routine. Like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're new to this. If you're watching this video and you're not familiar with this channel, subscribe. And be sure to hit a link down here for my Patreon account. It's a campaign that you guys can help make this channel, help fund this channel, or just help fund me and my stuff that I try to do. And you know, it's cool. All you gotta do is donate $1, man. Donate $1 and get cool stuff. I'm trying to be more active on Patreon. I'm trying to put my artistic stuff more on it. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, until the next time, guys, rock out. And wait, that was a fail. Hold up. Rewind. Until next time, guys.